Welcome back to Digi Bros.
Welcome back to Digi Bros. Just leveled up a whole bunch after beating the first boss in Blood Boop.
1 hour in, one boss down.
Bertha Dirtha's ready to go. Boom!
How far do you think Don-san would be by now? Past Father Gascoigne, probably in the next area.
Probably.
I wonder what the speedrun record is for this game. It can't be like...
It's really fast because they use like shortcuts and shit, like unintentional glitchy stuff. I've seen Don-san beat it in 4 hours.
Did he use
which is pretty
glitches?
impressive. No, that was straight up, he just played it. And he died a few times too.
How the fuck, man?
He's just
Well, I guess
good
this will go a lot faster once we don't have the load times that are fucking ridiculous.
The load times, yeah, and like
have a few hours of load time.
The stronger I get, the less I'm gonna like take time on things.
Right.
Because this is the hard way to start off. But
yeah, this game is burning my eyes directly out of my skull. You know,
I forgot the reason I went down to the sewers is I got the saw spear because it'll do more damage to that first boss, and I didn't use it.
Victor, do you think it would be cool to play this game in the dark? Because that light is driving me fucking insane.
I mean, it would be incredibly cool.
Is
it gonna like put us to sleep?
No, it'll be fine.
I hope it doesn't mellow me out.
It might be even worse for my eyes, but that light above us is fucking killing me right now.
Do you believe
there we go. We're now playing in the dark. You should be too, even though this comes out at noon.
My scrotum skin.
I'm never ready for you to say that.
Rising up, oh. Do you believe in life after love?
It's like you only changed one lyric.
I feel my skin, my scrotum skin. My penis gon' get rising up, oh.
My penis gon' get scum riding up. Rising up.
I just, omitted some syllables I didn't feel like dealing with. We're playing Bloodborne. I love this game.
Bloodborne.
Bloop Doop. It's officially called Bloop Doop to me, and texting Hope about it constantly. Just about how I'm playing it. Because I'm always playing it.
Oh, man. We haven't really gotten into any shit I haven't seen before, so... Like, extensively, because I played through this whole area, so... I'm hoping to see some new stuff. God, these fucking load screens. I can't... Oh, we're definitely going to have the update in the next play session of this.
It's going to be real bad.
Yeah, and we also are going to have the DLC. We haven't downloaded it yet, obviously, since we don't have the update. But,
Yep.
Victor just bought it, and then we started downloading it, and it was like 80 minutes, and Vic was like, I want to play now, mommy!
Because I've only played this so far on Don-san's PS4,
yeah,
where he already has everything.
Yeah, I got the PS4 for Black Friday, and Victor bought Bloodborne at the time. But
why am I'm not nailing that. I went to kill this guy to get blood vials.
There you go.
Now he's killing me.
Ugh,
wow.
You can kill those guys in like a couple hits anyways. You don't really need to do all that.
Yeah, but now I have to heal if
especially if you're wasting bullets.
I can't kill these guys in a couple hits at all.
I thought you could. I remember.
No, they're tough as shit, man. That's if I come back later in the game, I can kill them in one hit.
Right.
Not at this point with my little threaded Cade.
Alrighty.
Don't do a lot of damage. Unless with my visceral attacks.
We talked about some things that we were up to in the last couple days. Trevor was around for the last week or so. We all pitched in and flew him down. Me, Victor, Don-san.
Yet another con of Trev.
Yes, we had another Trev con. It really does feel like Trevor convention like these days.
Because my entire life becomes Trevor and everyone at my house.
Yeah, well, this time Trevor was literally staying with us because he didn't want to have to go to his, his mom's house.
And then Trevor every day invites over Boyd and Don-san and Brandon and everyone in the world. And so that becomes my entire life, but...
Yeah, because they all hang out in Victor's room and he doesn't kick them out because he's...
What the fuck am I gonna... He's staying at our house,
Make them all go sit out in the fucking den, dude. Wouldn't be hard.
But then I just...
Victor has very little willpower when it comes to hanging out with people.
Well, it's also when people are in the house, like, I just end up feeling like I just want to go hang out, even though we're not doing anything.
You have very little willpower when it comes to hanging out with people.
I guess.
Like, when people are around, you want to hang out, and even though
I don't want to, I don't enjoy it particularly. Right. But I paid $50 for Trevor to fucking come back. I'm gonna get my Trevor's worth.
That's how I felt about it too. It was funny because like I ended up, you know, a lot of those days I was sleeping until the afternoon and like doing a lot of work. I was surprised that I didn't spend more time just drinking with Trevor. It's like I expected. Like I
He didn't want to drink as much as I think you thought he would.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, that's part of it. He was not as like wanting to drink as I expected, but like
over Baghdad.
But it was also because I was trying to take a vacation because basically I've been ruining my eyes with this show, as I've talked about already.
Yes.
Like doing this show in particular really fucks up my eyes, and I thought maybe the new TV would help, but it really didn't when we were playing Wind Waker. So because the last session we did, I was like dying afterwards. And right now I feel like I'm dying. My eyes are exploding out of my fucking face. So like and I also was just trying to give myself a rest because I thought maybe it was just the build-up from having done like way too many podcasts and Let's Plays in a short span of time. Yeah. So I tried to take a little vacation from Christmas Eve up through the end of the year. I didn't really end up doing that because like we filmed the last Wind Waker like the day after Christmas, so that was already breaking it. And then, like, a couple days later, I ended up writing and recording that end-of-the-year video completely pointlessly. Like, I was just bored, and I decided to write a video because it's what I do, you know? Like, It's so hard for me to not work or to not look at, like, a screen. I did play a bunch of video games at one point. I played through VVVVVV. I played...
Lots of Vs.
I played a game called Out There Somewhere, which is another 2D platformer, puzzler. I played through most of a game called Flem, F-L-E-M, which is it's another like hard as balls platform game, you know, with instant respawns, kind of like Super Meat Boy. It's nowhere near as tight as Super Meat Boy, but for like the $1 or $2 I paid for it on the Steam sale, I'd say it was worth it. And it was interesting because like the letter V 6 times felt like a more like uniquely challenging game. Like every challenge in that game is totally different from the other ones, and it really feels like this big experience in spite of it only being 2 hours long. Flem only has like a couple of unique challenge things, but the levels are just so fucking hard that like towards the end of the game I would spend like half an hour on certain levels. I think I spent actually an hour trying to beat the last level, and I couldn't beat it.
Good lord.
I could not beat the final level. It was just too fucking much.
Pretty hardcore.
Because it's one of those things where, like, it's like 20 seconds long, but, like, the first part is hard to execute well. And then the part that I was stuck at, like, it took me so many, like, it would take me 10 tries just to get to the part that I couldn't get past, and then I couldn't figure out how to get past it, you know? So, like, yeah, I was just really struggling and I couldn't do it, so I gave up. But it was a pretty alright game. That and Out There Somewhere both pretty alright. Letter V 6 times was really cool. Re-downloaded You Have to Win the Game and played a little bit of that just to like remind myself what it's like, which is a pretty sweet little free game. Actually, I downloaded it just because Steam kept putting it in my recommendation queue, and like I didn't want to say not interested because I kind of wanted to have it again, so I just downloaded it because it was free.
Sweet.
But it was originally just a free game you could download regardless of Steam.
What is that game about?
You platform, you jump on shit.
Whoa.
It's the one you watched me play where it's made to look like a Commodore 64.
Oh yeah, the one
it
that
on, like,
makes
a monitor.
my brain feel like hell.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think all of those games would probably make your brain feel like hell. They're all instant respawn 2D platformers that are really hard and sort of an older aesthetic. What was cool though, and this got me thinking, a couple of the games I played, another one I played was Castle in the Darkness. I only played a little bit of that because I didn't really like it.
Castle in the Dark.
But Castle in the Darkness and Flem were interesting because they had like the pixel art aesthetic, but they both looked like Game Boy Advance games. Like, because I think Game Boy Advance has a very distinct look aside that's different from like 16-bit games from like Super Nintendo and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Game Boy Advance games were always really bright. They always had like really bright colors, and they were made to pop off of a handheld screen. And like if you look at, say, the best way to experience the difference is to look at the Minish Cap versus A Link to the Past. Where Link to the Past uses like very dark color palette, and Minish Cap uses really bright colors. Look at the Castlevania games on there. Look at games like Swordcraft Story, Summon Night Swordcraft story. They're all very brightly colored. And
World of Swordcraft.
Phlegm and Castle in the Darkness both looked a lot like that, even though Castle in the Darkness pays homage mostly to NES games. And lots of stupid references to them. I don't mind reference humor in games so much, but I feel like if all the dialogue in your game is just callbacks to other games, then all it's going to make me think about is how much better those games are. That's how I felt about... Like, Castle in the Darkness, like, blatantly cribs from, like, Castlevania and a little bit of Mega Man and stuff like that, but it's not as good as those games. It has a lot of, like, really bullshit deaths where, like, it'll...
Yes!
You know, like, it has, like, troll deaths and stuff like that, which I can't stand in a game. But
that is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Killed a bunch of people on a bridge. Sweet.
So yeah, that's what I did. While Trevor was here.
Oh, wow, you did a lot. I did nothing. Over the last few days, I have developed a new Twitch, and it's driving me absolutely off the fucking wall insane.
What is it?
It's I keep like flexing my forearm on my right arm, and it's completely involuntary, and it's driving me insane.
I randomly get stuff like that too.
But I developed it this week, and I'm not sure when it's gonna go away. Like, some of the Twitches will go away after a little while.
Oftentimes for me, it's just a matter of forcing myself to not do it consciously.
But now, like, while I'm trying to do multiple things right now, there's no way I can focus hard enough to not do it. And I'm like, oh, here we fucking go.
Yeah, I get Twitches like that all the time. They'll last for a few days. It's annoying.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. And so now my arm is just trying to literally tear itself apart.
So all that is stuff I did while Trevor was here. So I didn't end up hanging out with him as much as I expected to. I thought we would just get drunk for 7 days straight like we did last year. But I don't know. I wasn't that up for drinking either. I guess because I had bought that box of wine on Christmas thinking it would last us all week. And we drank the whole fucking thing. So, like... I kind of ran out of box wine pretty quickly and was just like, well, I guess I'm not drinking box wine for the rest of the week. I didn't want to like go buy more, especially because I felt hungover that day. So yeah.
So the most fun day for me of Trevor being back was the other day when I was feeling really like I woke up feeling shitty like I do sometimes, and like everyone was coming over and I was like, oh, I gotta deal with these guys again. And so Brandon starts drinking, and like I saw he was drinking. I was like, you know what? I'll drink with them. I'll let him drink. You know, maybe it'll make this day feel less shitty. And so we start drinking. Brandon gets absolutely destroyed very, very fast. I've only had like one drink. And then we start playing fighting games. We're sitting there, we're playing Smash 4, and we're about to play online, and he's been destroyed he's been really, really drunk for a while. And then all of a sudden, he's sitting there playing the game, and he just starts puking all over himself. Like, just casually laying back and just bleh, 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 puking all over himself. Like, holy shit. So I start cleaning him up with the towel. I go to put the towel in the washer, and I come back, and he's fallen over and puked all over my little shitty couch.
Right.
And so I had to... Like, there's no way I could have cleaned it. That couch was already really shitty, and so I threw it away. End of an era with my shitty couch, and I had to go out and buy a new couch. Which, you know, now that I have the new couch, only costs $100, and it's really awesome, so no regrets there. But it really sucked at the time that I knew I was gonna have to go buy a couch.
Right.
Wacky fucking day, man.
It was a fun moment, because, I had been, like, I'd woken up kind of late. I was planning to ask everybody if they wanted to drink, because I think it was a pub crawl night, and I was, like, going to start pre-gaming. And I go downstairs, it's 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's not late at all.
I go downstairs, I literally walk into Victor's room, and I'm about to say, hey guys, who wants to drink box wine with me? And I realized that Victor and Boyd are carrying Brandon out of the room, and there's puke everywhere. And Brandon ends up in the bathroom. No, he was already in the bathroom, passed out. You were carrying out the couch. That's what it was. Brandon was in the bathroom.
You're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Brandon had passed out in the bathroom, and they were carrying out the couch. It was 8:30 p.m., a time when most people start drinking, and he is already puked and passed out. Apparently, he had started drinking at 4-ish, because they'd gone and bought a bunch of booze. And he had bought, like, a bunch of Mangaritas and, like, Occulto beers, and, like... He was the only one who'd been drinking them, and there were barely any even drunk, and he had already puked and passed out.
Yes, and then after that, I was not about to drink anymore. I was like, I am so mad and just fucking tired and feeling shitty.
which upset me because I really wanted to drink with people, but no, everyone was so tired. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go drink alone, you know, because everyone else is like all bummed out over Brandon puking everywhere. And then we got him out of the bathroom, and Boyd and Trevor foolishly put him on Shade's bed. I told them, why don't you put him on the floor? And Trevor was all, it'll be fine, and he immediately pukes on Shade's bed, and all over Shade's floor.
Yeah.
So
not great.
yeah.
Not a great night. I want to take a moment to feel proud of myself for how I just fucking obliterated that boss.
Yeah, Father Gascoigne
That
went
was
down.
a really hard boss.
Father Gascoigne is what you described to me the first time as the hardest boss in the game. Because you said that because you come to him at a relatively low level, and the level of preparedness you have.
Yeah, it's definitely a noob killer. Like it forces you to get used to the mechanics of the game. First time, it took me a few tries.
At least 20 tries. Actually.
And now I've learned how to parry. The first time I played this game, I did not parry at all, and I ended up with a big sword and just never ever parried. And now I have gotten used to doing that. So.
Yeah. You fucking wrecked him, dude.
Oh, that was the fastest I've ever killed that boss.
It was over before I even realized. Like,
I don't think you I don't think you realized we were fighting him, because I feel like you would have had something to say.
I didn't realize until he was in the transformed mode, and then you had already killed him, and I was like, oh, there goes Father Gascoigne.
I feel a little good right now.
That was impressive. It was at least as good as Aaron Hansen, because he did the same thing and blew through it on his first try in their play session. So.
I got a bright red brooch. I can explode it to get a blood gem.
Yeah, so part of the incentive to do this, even though Game Grumps already did it, just like the Wind Waker, and both of those were great playthroughs. And you know, at the beginning, I was saying I was trying to avoid games that Grumps had already played, but you know, I think A, we offer a different enough perspective. B, we're a different enough show.
Yeah.
And C, we can have the game without the shitty orange borders, you know.
Yes. Which is wonderful.
Because my good friend Jesse Wood has also said that he doesn't really like this game, but he hasn't played it. Like,
wow.
But he's watched the Grumps play it. He's seen stuff from it. And he finds it not that interesting.
I think it's super fucking cool.
Kind of the same reason I do, that I think everything looks too similar, and there's not enough like variety in the game. But again, I think part of that feeling for me is because I watched it with the shitty orange border around it, and so I don't know. We'll find out. Definitely hate these load times though.
Yeah, the load times.
They fixed
Is that DLC done downloading? Should we just like quit game and?
I didn't think it was still downloading.
Because the Destiny just finished.
Oh well, let's find out.
That was after it.
Let's find out. I want to wait for this load screen to be over because I don't know. Well, never mind. I accidentally hit the button.